Hi, I'm Tara. Welcome to Famous Dave's tutorial for legs. Today I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks I've learned myself from self-tanning on my own. And I'm going to be using the Famous Dave's Small Batch Reserve in light medium. I love the color of this tanner and it's so beautiful and it gives you a nice glow. So let's get to the tutorial. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Typically I start with my foot and I move up to my calf and then to my thigh area, but I'll have a separate tutorial for our feet. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our calf area, but before we start putting our self tanner on, I like to put a body butter or a heavy hand cream or body lotion on my knee because that typically is a dry spot, especially under the knee, and you don't want to have too much product there or too much self tanner because it will get really dark if you have dry skin there. And this isn't going to stop your tan from, developing or anything. It's just going to create a nice barrier so not so much soaks into that dry skin. So go ahead and moisturize that and let that soak in and just rub it in there. And, there's not a limit on how much you can put on. I mean, the self tanner is going to go through there anyway, and it's just going to give you a better result. So today I'm going to be using just my hands to apply the lotion, and like I said, I'm going to be using the Small Batch Reserve in light and medium. So I'm going to go ahead and pump out one pump of that, and that's how much I use for my calf. And I'm going to go in circular motion, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my hands and into my palms, and I'm going to keep my hands nice and tightly closed, so I'm not going to have them open like this because that's what causes streaking. So we're going to go in circular motions down our calf towards our foot and just rub that in, and you'll feel the lotion start to dry and seep in just like regular lotion. And you just want to keep your fingers nice and tight and use mostly your palms to really put that tanner in. And if you're really looking to have the easiest tan and the most flawless tan when using the Famous Dave's lotion, what I highly recommend is investing in a mitt. I mean, they are affordable and they're going to make your tan just so much easier. I actually have a mitt here and I like to use it to just, rub in my lotion. It's so much faster and easier than using your hands, so I can show you a little demonstration. I just put a little bit of tanner right there on the mitt, and I would just go in a circular motion on my calf and rub in the tanner. And it just makes it so much easier, and it's mess free, and the lotion isn't going to seep through the mitt. There's a liner, so there's a nice barrier, so you'll have a flawless tan, and you won't have to worry about getting your palms tanned. And also, if you're applying with just your hands and no gloves, no worries. If you wash your hands for 30 seconds after you apply, it will, completely wash away, and you won't have to worry about any kind of orange, or not orange, but any kind of tan hand problems. Okay, so then you want to do your thigh, and I get a couple of pumps for that. And I start on the back of my thigh, and then I'm going to work my way to the front for my knee. So I go from the back, and I'm keeping my fingers closed. And the knee is one of the hardest parts about tanning, so you want to, lightly go over it. Just use a thin layer of that self-tanner, even if you put a barrier there, because you don't want your knees to be too dark, because that won't look very natural. I hope you enjoyed the leg tutorial, and I will see you in our next one.